Hey guys, DJ here with Next Level Coaching. We're here today with a blue-black control decklist update, and pretty much not much as a whole has changed a whole lot since the last deck update. One of the things I did cut is I cut the Ring Flash for a second Doomblade because the Ring Flash isn't even very good against the aggro decks that are being played. If the format had very fast aggro decks, Ring Flash would be perfectly fine. But the format is not very fast aggro decks, so Ring Flash is unnecessary. The only other, I guess, deviation from the standard blue-black list is there are no consecrated sphinxes in here, and there's a second black sun zenith. The reason on the no sphinx, I've already gone into great detail in previous videos and on my blog, but for those who haven't heard before, the consecrated sphinx is just the actual worst 6-drop. If it lives, it does the least. It doesn't do as much as Wormcoil or Grave Titan, and if it dies, it does the least also. Against other control decks, you never want it. You always want either Grave Titan or Wormcoil. Wormcoil against the aggressive decks, or decks with Wraths, and Grave Titan against the other control decks, the decks without Wraths, say like the blue-black mirror match. There's very few ways to beat a Resolve Grave Titan. Whereas you resolve a Consecrated Sphinx, they'll just Doomblade it, or go for the Throated, and I mean, cool, you left with nothing. You know, Grave Titan, at least he leaves two zombies in play, or, Wormcoil leaves two 3/3s. The reason for the Black Sun Zenith is the White Weenie human deck's been popping up a lot, and it's just added protection against White Weenie humans, and it's another, albeit slow, way to fight Dungrove Elder, because none of your other cards can target it. Onto the sideboard, we have our 8 cards for against aggro. The Soren's Thirst, Ratchet Bombs, Batterskull, Doomblade, Deathmark. I believe it was a Deadweight in here the last time I did the video, and Deadweight got cycled out for a Deathmark. The aggro decks are the White Weenie human deck, and then there's the green Wolf Run decks, mono green and green red. So Deathmark's good against both of them. And Deadweight just doesn't always kill everything you need it to. It sometimes can't even fight Champion of the Parish, whereas Deadweight always kills Champion. So the plan against aggro is you're just boarding out 8 counter spells. You're boarding out 4 Dissipate, a Negate, and 3 Mana Leaks. So I like to have 8 slots at least. I kind of would like to find a 9th slot, so I could board out the 4th Mana Leak, because I really don't like counters against aggro, especially on the draw. But I'm not sure what else I could cut out. Against Wolf Run, we have the Flash Freezes and Deathmark. And I'm not sure if we want to board in anything else against them or not. I guess if you were to make an argument, you could argue Doomblade, but a lot of our main deck cards are pretty good against them, so it's hard to find room to board in these cards. And then against Control, we have Azure Mages and Severs. And the Severs are good against, they help you win the 6-drop war, and then Azure Mages help you win the late game. And there's not really a whole lot to talk about this deck. Everything's pretty straightforward on it. I guess the other thing that some people don't have is I have 2 Ghost Quarter, 2 Drown Yard here. The Ghost Quarters are in here because I just don't ever want to lose to Inkmoth Nexus. In all reality, there probably should be a 3rd, and the Drown Yards also help against Control. You know, if the game does go long, if you guys are at parity, Drown Yard can put you far ahead. Either if you have to mill yourself to find a flashback card, or if you have to mill them to deck them out. But Drown Yard is terrible against Solar Flare. You don't ever want to mill them if you're playing against Solar Flare. You always have to mill yourself if you're milling anybody, because they have so many flashback cards and Unburial Rites and whatnot, you just never want to target them. Another unique trick with Drown Yard is, say you don't have any counter spells in your hand or in your graveyard, but you have a Snapcaster Mage in your hand. You know, if they play a spell that needs to get countered, instead of just scooping, you can Drown Yard, mill yourself, hope to mill a counter spell, and then Snapcaster it back and counter their spell. It's not the best, but it's better than just losing the game outright. So, yeah, this is the list, and let me know what you think about it in the comment section below or on my blog. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.